What is going on, YouTube? It is your boy Jordan JC, and I am back again on the ATS Report. And my goodness, mind blown. Reports are coming out now that Jaylen Brown, the Boston Celtics superstar, has just reached a contract agreement for 5 years, $304 million. It is now, he's now the NBA's richest player, and that is the NBA's richest contract to date. It is insane. Let's talk about it because, I mean, a lot of people are on the fence with this. And honestly, I don't even know to this point where I stand with it. I feel like I'm yay and nay on a lot of different things, but I'm gonna break it down why I think this is a pro and a con. So first of all, I just want to say congratulations to Jaylen Brown for getting the bag. Personally, when somebody can solidify financial freedom, that's a plus, right? We're not going to dog him for being able to get the money, and shout out to his agent for solidifying the deal, right? But the cons, here's where I think there's an issue with this. Jaylen Brown is on the Boston Celtics. Who is the number one option on the Boston Celtics? Is his name Jaylen Brown? No. His name is Jason Tatum. He's obviously been the superstar of the team for a number of years now. And it's clear that it's his team. Ball goes to Jason Tatum in those clutch moments. And it's not that Jaylen Brown can't do the same thing, but clearly he's 1B to Jason Tatum's 1A. And so when I see this contract, when I think of those that deserve the supermax in the league, you think of the superstars in the league. You think of someone like Nikola Jokic. You think of Giannis. You think of KD. You think of Devin Booker. These are the names that would come. I would propel me to think that they're deserving of this type of contract where it would make them the richest player in the league to date. Now, Jaylen Brown is not some B-class type of athlete. Let's just get that clear. I'm not saying that he doesn't have the talent to get himself to a superstar level. What I'm saying is, as of right now, as of this moment, I don't think he's deserving of that contract when it comes to he hasn't actually gotten the accolades. They haven't won a championship. He's not the number one option, as I mentioned, on his team. And I feel like there are certain parts of his game, certain aspects of his play style that could still improve. Now, he's been in the league for a minute now. He came in 2016-17 season. And every year it seems that he's progressed. He had an all-time season last year where he averaged over 26 points, 6 rebounds, 3.5 assists per game. And so those were all career highs. So it's not that the organization felt that they were just throwing away money. Perhaps their thinking was, well, we can continue to build around him and Jason because we've gotten as far as the finals. And so we can propel ourselves to the championship with the team that we're constructing around these two. True indeed. I'm not knocking that fact at all. But when you think about the people that have gotten these type of contracts, again, you go back to superstars. And Jaylen Brown is not near the top 10 in the league, in my opinion. Again, he's not even the top one on his team. And so you think about maybe a la James Harden, even a Zach LaVine, right, who went from their initial team and then went on to be stars for the next team that they played with when they were obviously the primary option. I think in order for Jaylen Brown to live up to this contract, which is not going to happen, I'm just saying hypothetically, he would have to go to another contending team where he's the clear number one option. And maybe he can break out even more and be that guy. But being here in Boston, it's Jason Tatum's team all the way. He's the number one guy. And now you have a Kristaps Porzingis, who I'm not saying is going to replace Jaylen Brown's production, but it's clear that there's going to be a little bit more balance in who's going to be given the chance to score and do certain things on the court. I believe that Jaylen Brown's production is going to take a hit because of Porzingis' presence on the court as a big man now for them. And that may be a good thing because now they have something that they didn't have in the past, which is a low-scoring big man in the post, along with the Robert Williams. This team is going to be even nastier. But now are you paying for maybe could be with Jaylen Brown, because I don't see it. I don't see the deserving of this contract for that very reason. Now, the pros of why I think, okay, I could see why he's getting this is because, again, Jaylen Brown plays basketball on both ends of the court. He is one of the better two-way options and two-way players in the league. He plays exceptional defense. He's not a slacker. He's not someone that you can't depend on that side of the ball. And he's a very good mid-range shooter. He's reliable from the three-point line. He's a good free throw shooter. And he's a good three-level scorer. He can make his own shot and, create his own offense, right? But of course, everybody's laughing at him because at the same time, there's these negatives saying that, well, he can't go left. He almost dribbles like a child when he goes to his left. He can't go left to save his life. So perhaps those are certain things and aspects of his game that he needs to improve so that he can actually solidify himself as being worthy of this contract. In my opinion, again, like I said, I'm on the fence. I don't think that this is a bad or good thing because of the team that they already have built around him and Jason Tatum. It is going to take a lot of their salary, meaning the Boston Celtics. So when it comes time to possibly re-up on a Jason Tatum or any other players so that they can continue their run and their playoff success to get to a championship and eventually try to win it all, I think this is going to possibly get in the way of that. Now, of course, the NBA is constantly getting more and more money, right? The NBA salary and the cap is going to continue to rise. And maybe that's another reason why the Celtics felt they could get maybe ahead of this, because perhaps the superstars of the league, the Giannis's, the Jokic's, the LeBrons, the KDs are eventually probably going to be averaging 70 million a month, 80 million. I'd say a month. That's insane. A year, 80 million a year. But it hasn't happened yet. But of course, you could even compare this to the time when Mike Conley got the richest contract from the Grizzlies at the time. At that time, it was like Mike Conley. I mean, he's a good point guard. He's serviceable. He's pretty okay, but richest contract? And so maybe this is one of those things where in the moment we're looking at it kind of in a shock value type of way. But I think down the line and perhaps even during the season, perhaps there could even be more richest contracts that will beat this out. Or maybe next year, there's going to be a superstar that's going to get an even larger deal per year. And so that's just my opinion. I think that it's a good thing for him personally. Obviously, like I said, he doesn't have to worry about a thing anymore when it comes to money. Congratulations to him. But I'm on the fence. I think there's some negatives and some positives to this. Hopefully he lives up to the contract if he plays in Boston for a good amount of his career, or if he goes somewhere else, and he can actually become the legit certified number one option and lead his team to success either in the season and in the playoffs. How do you all feel about this? Keep your comments in the section below, and I want to hear from you all. Again, thank you for rocking with me, and I'll see you next time on the next video for the ATS Report.